Ooh, sorry. You guys got all the fun right off the bat. Alright. Hello, everybody. It's so good to be here with you. Guys, I am pumped. I have a coffee in my hand. I have the things that I enjoy to do for leisure surrounding me. I'm sitting on a nice comfy couch with a charging controller and a set of headphones playing a game that I absolutely love. Now, you may notice something if you have been following this saga at all. And some of you may really hate this about this playthrough, and I apologize. But I was really torn on, do I stream this game or do I allow this game to be my own experience? And I've come to a happy medium in that, for me, when I watch people play this game, not this game, but Xenoblade Chronicles, I don't typically enjoy watching their exploration nearly as much as their reaction to the story. And so what I decided to do is, well, since this game is such a large section about exploration, engaging with the world, fighting enemies, and that those are the things that really slow down a playthrough, let's do them off screen so that I can have my time to explore and engage in the world, but then any missions, anything that moves the story forward, I'll do on stream. So I'm going to show you what I have done. So here we are, New LA. You can look around. Primordia is very close to being fully explored. Very, very close to being fully explored. Coming up into Noctilum, you may see that I have one huge segment here that I've been able to reach, and one segment up here I've been unable to reach. Other than that, I've actually gotten all of the landmarks for this area. So that's the second area. I'm not sure what this quest is, but let's just go see what this normal quest is. Cool. But now that I'm here, I checked out just to the north of here and found an FN site, and then I went a little bit further north, and I found the entrance to a whole new continent, Sylvalum. And so far, this continent, guys, is quite possibly my favorite continent in the game. It is an absolute blast to explore. As you can see, I was using my markers to kind of explore this and mark out things. And as you can see, we really only have about 9 segments left for this. Like an insanely little amount. And then finally, I went to the north. And I went to Cauldros. However, all the enemies around this area are at least level 30 to 35. Making it kind of difficult to actually get there. Looking at segments, you can see that I have completed 6% of Cauldros, 30% of Sylvalum, 38% of Primordia. Just one sec, guys. Hey, sorry, my brother just had a question. Okay, so yeah, pretty much I've made a effort to go find as many FN sites as possible. And then finally, we have this eastern region, which is called Oblivia. Well, it just so turns out that the affinity quest that we need to access here is just over here. But first, let's try and complete this normal mission. Let's go explore and grab some items. Though I really don't want to get too caught up in doing this, because I can do normal missions off stream, but I'd really like to make a whole bunch of progress once we get into these streams, but... Okay, we hopped. Also, this first initial stream may be kind of short. My mom may or may not be coming over to my place. So if she does, I will stop streaming as soon as she arrives. And then once she goes home, I'll begin streaming again, and I'll stream a large portion of the night. I'm hoping to get about 6 hours of stream in for this game, and to really just get a whole bunch of affinity quests done. As you can see, we're making about $31,000 per revenue dump. What was I even coming here for? Ooh, that's right. I have no idea how to get over here and get these pearls. I mean, I suppose I could just swim over there. We'll do that real quickly. I've been trying to complete this for a couple days now, actually. Are you ready for the drop? Ooh, this might actually be a treasure. Oh, it was not a segment. Oh no, this is an FN site, eh? Pardon me. My apologies. Also, doesn't my party look absolutely wicked? I love the pink on Elma. I love the halo on Irina. I should also check because... yeah, I cannot use it while swimming. Okay. Let's check in on the Collectopedia. So as you... ooh. The Acorn Abacus. So we only have a couple actual things left for Primordia. Noctilium, as you can see here... sorry, Noctilum. Beautiful. As you can see, I've done good work. Just wandering around, killing enemies. Trying to find what I can find. So Oblivia, we have at least a little bit of progress that we can make here. And we should have a lot here. The Docerum Beam. Beautiful. The bear porg. I'll have to actually like go through the Collectopedia and like look at it. Because this is super cool, because this is actually sort of a part of taming and mastering a world itself too, is engaging in research so that we can build scientific bases to study and to enhance life on this planet, and then harness that life for our own means. A Detalid. Ooh. We are doing wicked, actually. Beautiful. Now, let's look at Cauldrus. I have not had as much luck in Cauldrus getting items because of how difficult it is navigating with the enemies. But we should at least have some. No Xenotech. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. What's up with this? Salvage is a single skill after its insurance is inspired. Okay. Let's sort it by weapons. Yeah, there we go. So I really do have the best sword at the moment. My gear is not very high level at all. It's actually kind of crazy. 23. I do have some weapons that are worth my... Oh, no. I want them all arranged with each other. Not rarity. Name. Very nice. And we're good there. Kind of a slow start. I'm doing this mainly so that all of the red dots will go away. It's actually crazy just how much... Ooh, that's not good. I'm seeing there's a limit on the amount of items that I can hold. That means I might have to sell stuff soon. I don't like that. Although I will say that in this game, completion can be counted a little bit differently. Sort of like Tales of Grace's F, where it's nice if you can have every single item in the game in your inventory. However, you don't need to, because the whole time you can just be collecting it in the book, and because it's collected in the book, you know you have it, so it doesn't matter as much if you physically have it on hand at that moment. Especially since that's reset every game. In this way, it's registered via the costumes. So once you've born a outfit or any piece of aesthetic armor, you can then equip it as a costume anytime for no consequences. I'm assuming that's 145 separate items would be my... Because I'm sure that we can hold 300 separate items. I'm hoping. Okay, there we go. We're good there. This is actually pretty cool. I do indeed love this. Oops. Having a bestiary tell you just how much experience and all that stuff you can gain from each enemy, where to find it, and when to find it. I'm sure this is very gripping gameplay for you all. Okay. Let's look at the affinity chart. So here's sort of our crew. Wow, we've already built it out quite a bit just by talking to people. This is something I don't know if we're going to be able to 100% the affinity chart. Because I've been flying through the story missions, and I think some of that stuff is actually held in check. Uh-oh. Damn it. Again, I'm trapped out of this pearl again. I have no way how to get up here. What if I need to climb up Talon? It could be that I need to go up Talon Rock. Frick, isn't this game absolutely beautiful? Not to mention, the music is an absolute bop. Got some meditation power. Let's not piss off the bug. Okay. Where should I be going to get higher? I guess it would be that way. Let's try and head that way. Let's see if there's any way we can make progress up into that. Though I kind of have a feeling you might need a vehicle. It's a little bit difficult to get up. Okay, you know what? In that case... we're gonna come... what side should we go to? We'll just go to the Barbaric Desert. So you're about to see Oblivia for the first time if you're following this. Oblivia is pretty cool. It pretty much reminds me of More Ordain. But let's make sure that our missions are aptly set. How do I... oh, yep. Perfect. There we go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so excited to push this story forward. I'm so excited. I've been doing so much exploration, and ever since they dropped the whole Mimiasum thing, I've been thinking about how this could tie into the main story, and I'm seeing a lot of parallels to Xenoblade Chronicles 3 in terms of mentally engaging how some of this is playing out. I'm seeing some pretty high-level enemies here. Might not be a bad idea to do not some grinding necessarily, but just kill out these enemies. A copperpotamus, eh? Oop. We went too far.
We should weaken them just to be safe.
Good idea. I'll cut down the side.
Nice.
Rising blade
and do some damage.
Okay, here comes the pain.
Wow,
I wonder where I could go for a really strong sword. That's what I want.
Rising blade.
Watch him go down.
Rising blade.
Nail him. Now cripple him.
Flame
Ooh,
grenade.
I missed my chance there.
You're on top of this now. Ask questions later.
Infuriate.
Wow. Shadow strike.
Rising blade. Now.
Beautiful.
Clean up.
Upper hand. Watch me lay into it.
Rising
I'm
blade.
watching you, Lynn. Make me
Push
proud.
him in and do some damage. Here comes the pain.
Beautiful.
Have
Flame
three
grenades.
minutes. Fire. Appendage down. Weaken him and lay in.
Oh, distant planet. Worn vivid pants. And beautiful. Hulking incisor. I don't know about this, but I have a hunch that we might be strong enough
We can
to
do
fight
this.
all three of these at
Right
once.
Stagger
them with a melee attack.
So I'm just gonna build up some of my,
Assault hammer!
I'm gonna build up some of my TP really quickly before I go into full attack mode.
Clean up.
Watch me lay into it.
Okay, now I'm gonna come over here.
Tornado blade!
Beautiful. I'm gonna suck them in.
Slinger.
Screamer.
Tornado blade!
Bombardier.
This now.
Early
Okay,
bird.
now let's sort of lure them all together so I can hit all three at once.
Men have held good. Upper hand. Furious
Tornado
blast.
blade! Infuriate!
Side slash.
Okay, now let's use this to at least try and take one out relatively quickly.
Rising blade! Now, close in and clean up.
Lay into it.
That could detonate.
Expect-
Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Fire
Side
carnival.
slash.
Magnum edge! Incendiary
Shadow
edge!
strike.
Trash chuck.
Nice. Move in and do some damage.
Okay.
Don't push
Here
me.
comes the pain.
Ow,
Lightning.
ow.
Stream edge.
Okay,
Offensive stance.
oops.
Range destroyed.
Failed that
Move
one.
in and strike.
Okay. Here
Furious
comes the pain.
blast.
Here we go.
Tornado blade! Tornado blade!
Upper hand.
Love
Hey,
this
you're
move,
in
Tornado
for it.
Blade.
I'll topple him.
Now, closing in victory is ours.
I could have taken them on alone.
That was perfect. Oh, you're just level 91, eh? Oh, frick, you look so cool. They say a gargantuan milepod lurks around here. Alright. Subsided.
Man, you guys really saved our bacon. Now we can finally get back to work.
You have our thanks, and I'm sure Lao's as well.
Don't mention it. We're just doing our job, same as you.
Do you guys have any idea where Lao is? Or why he just up and left like that?
No idea. And even less of an idea when he'll return.
I'm sure he's just giving us a chance to grow.
Sure he is. What? Don't give me that look. I still trust him. Mostly.
Hey, I'd be pretty upset if someone forgot to restock and then left me stranded.
Actually, that was our mistake, not his. He just left us dead weights behind while he finished the job. He's always been like that, actually.
Always. Wait, you must be...
Sidon, ma'am. I've been working with Lao since we were back on Earth. Truth be told, he's the only reason I ever made it into Project Exodus. Without his recommendation, I'd be long dead.
Me and Mondo worked on the Frontier Nav development team. Needless to say, we've been big fans of Lao's ever since. Oh, I'm Shingo, by the way. And that there is Mondo.
I had no idea you guys had such respect for Lao. I'm sorry if it sounded like I was bad-mouthing him.
Anyway, are you all set here now?
Oh, we should be fine. Except,
Except what?
well, we still have a probe to place, but the location is swarming with indigents. We usually let Lao do most of the fighting, and by most, I mean all.
Let's be totally honest here. I showed up. You guys had like 0% of this planet explored. I showed up, and now 16% of the planet is fully mapped by my own hand. So I think you might just have an expert here. Not to mention that I'm Lao's boss. Bish is on my squad.
If that's the case, we'd be happy to escort you.
Really? Wow! It'd be an honor to work with your team, ma'am. We'll move as fast as we can.
Tatsu getting oddly similar vibe from these two.
Okay. A friend in need is a friend indeed. Let's get there. Do you see this thing? This huge ring here is actually an explorable area with a fast warp point, and I love that. I'm gonna try and go out of my way and grab as many items as possible. because that just seems wise. Because I can theoretically just run up the ring and then jump off. Actually, it might be kind of a cool thing to show you guys this ring. There's nothing real special about it. What you see is what you get, but I'll be damned if I wasn't giddy as I ran up this thing the first time. And I'm not sure, but I think that different areas have exclusive items that you can't get anywhere else but there. Ooh, that is a level 38. We do not want that level 38 to see us. Everything else is fine. I'll pick a fight with level 21, 22 any day. Ooh, we got an indigent nest here. 2 battle points. That's beautiful. We'll have to go look at leveling our classes up. I love being a Mimiasum.
We'd like to place that probe just beyond here.
Understood. We'll handle the fighting. I'll call you once the area's secure.
Man, Elma's amazing. She's so strong and professional and beautiful. Huh?
Tatsu know how friend feel. No need for shame about being ineffective and useless lump.
Thanks. Wait, who are you calling a useless lump?
All right, let's go fix some problems. You know, there's problems whenever you hear the boom, 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 down, down, boom, boom, boom. I like to call it the Seinfeld bass. They never see it coming. You see that my sword is too fast for rise. Chasm Forfex is dead. He thought that he could get me in time.
Side flash! Side
Rising
flash!
flame! This team never loses.
I could have taken them on alone.
We can do this!
They're off guard. Stagger them with a melee attack.
Fire Carnival!
Shadow strike! Slide that grenade! Move in and keep the rhythm
Offensive
going.
Lay into it.
Okay.
Side flash!
You're
Flame cloak!
thanks for the backup.
Watch
I should actually probably...
Here's how big they are. Concentrate your fire.
Magnum edge!
There we go. So they both have their res down, and I have my battle stance on.
Now, close in and clean up.
Now, my turn!
Tornado blade! Rising blade!
Shadow strike!
Infuriate!
I'm trying not to use that TP.
Rising blade!
No reason to at the moment.
Rising blade!
Get for me.
So, have you picked out today's menu, Lynn?
Not yet.
Ooh, 96
That's a
experience
taxi
is
can make it or not.
nothing to snuff our nose
You
up
know
at.
me.
Magnum edge! First in, first to
Now
win.
it's my
Attack
turn.
up close.
He is about to go down so fast.
Rising blade! Now, close in and clean up.
Side flash!
Victory is ours.
Yup,
Let's keep it up.
that's the way it goes.
Oh, they've seen us.
Offensives, first in,
Ooh,
first
that
to
wasn't
win.
fantastic.
Attack up close. Tornado blade!
Fire Carnival.
Wait a second.
Shadow
Magnum
strike!
edge! Tornado blade!
Now, melee
Hey,
attack!
you.
You're in for it.
What are you doing?
Stream edge!
Okay, here comes
Get
the
over
rain.
here.
Thanks for the backup.
Flash grenade! Side flash!
Watch me lay into
Side flash!
trash talk.
Where did he go? Where are you going?
Tornado blade!
Wow,
Slide! Appendage destroyed! Move in and
Okay.
strike!
Here comes
Now.
the pain.
Knock them right out of their
Iron
beauty
Fist.
Rising blade!
Furious blast!
Who's next? None dare stand against us.
Should we?
Here comes the fierce one. Use an aura. Get control of the
Yeah,
battle.
that was nice.
Rising Blade!
Shadow strike.
Infuriate!
Slide nice. Move
Rising
in and do
blade.
some damage. Upper hand.
All right, okay. Here comes
Okay, we got him.
Melee attack.
Ooh. Apparently that one didn't register.
Here comes the pain. Rising Blade!
Beautiful. So now we have a couple of things to get in here. The spina corrector. So that must be Xenotech. Lots and lots of items around here.
Wow, you carved through those guys like butter. That's amazing.
We'll get right on installing the data probe, ma'am.
And we'll keep an eye on the area so you can focus on your work. Things seem to be going well.
Thanks to you. We should have this baby ready to rock in just a few minutes.
That's what Team Elma does, buddy. We get things done. You want things done? You call in Team Elma. Just beware, if you call in Team Elma, boss fights may follow. Ooh,
Holy crap! Sidon, we gotta get out of here!
this looks like an animal form of Mobius. Not Mobius.
You got a death wish or what?
Hell, I'm just a mimi or so, right? Why not die complaining?
The consoles.
Ugh!
What are you two?
3 sets of hands will get this done quicker than one, right?
Oh, that's
Thanks,
nice.
Elma,
Come on, let's keep that thing away from them.
I love the crown that Lynn's wearing. Actually, we're all wearing it.
Confidence!
Let's put it to work.
I have no idea what it does, but it looks pretty dope. Yeah, it literally looks like an animal version of one of the consoles.
The hell do these things eat?
Magnum, first in,
Shadow
first to win.
strike.
Attack up
watch
close.
me lay into it.
Okay.
Offensive stance.
Get for me.
Rising Blade!
Oh my gosh, this guy's so weak.
Now, close in and
Sliding
clean up.
slinger. Here comes the fierce one. Street
Rising
edge.
blade.
Nice. Move in and do some damage.
Okay, here comes the pain. Don't let up. Keep firing. Rising
Good, so we're
blade.
good on that end.
Upper hand.
Rising Blade.
Okay, we've suddenly weakened.
Magnum edge. Assault hammer.
Side
Flame
slash.
grenade. Now.
So I'm thinking
close
it's
in and
time to
clean up.
reapply this.
Watch me lay into it.
Reapply taunt.
Infuriate.
Repair. Nice. Move in and do some damage.
Yeah, and then we'll hit him with this.
Comes the
Furious
pain.
blast.
Ah! Oh crap.
And then this is next.
Hurry. Incendiary edge.
Side slash. Shadow strike.
Because, yeah, that thing is strong enough to pretty much kill him.
Flame grenade.
Suck nice. Move in and do some damage.
Magnum edge.
Sliding.
Okay, now that we've applied that, let's finish him off with Rising Blade.
But not out.
Rising blade. Rising blade.
My adrenaline's rising.
Rising blade. It's not over.
Good game, everyone.
We're on point.
Good game.
Even
Good fight. Good
All right.
fight, all.
Looks like the probe is up and running.
Now data from this area can be uploaded to Frontier Nav.
It wouldn't have been possible without your help.
No kidding. The rumors don't do your team justice.
Don't sell yourselves short. It was your team as much as ours that saw this mission through.
Tatsu definitely gets similar vibe from these two.
Was that all you needed then?
Yes, we're all good now. We'll finish a few calibrations and then head back.
All right, team. Move out.
Yes, ma'am.
I see treasure. Oh. There's no... We can't get that quite yet. Okay, so how far are we going? Yeah, there's no point running. At all. So now... Ooh, now that we're here, I'm pretty sure it's not that far. I think... I forget exactly where we had to go. Division Drive, that's what it's called. Hey, Gwyn Walter. What is the single most important trait a Blade operative to possess? I say it is having the presence of mind to react to any given situation. And this Mia woman who keeps flooding the system with Blade transfer requests lacks just that. I'm at my wit's end. Oh, she possesses drive in spades, but without more awareness, such drive will lead her over the proverbial cliff. You're a good boss, yo, Gwyn.
Work?
Well, hey there, Cross. I was just thinking about you. I haven't had an assignment with any real meat on it for a long time. I can almost feel my skills melting away. So if you got anything that you could use to help with, I'd be thrilled to lend a hand.
Stay sharp out there.
And I'm good to go whenever, and I'll do whatever. Can't ask for more than that, right? Oh, you want to come onto my party? No. I really need to get Lao in here. I want to start working on Lao. Ooh. Okay, so let's go active members. And I do want to see just one thing. So we're almost full, like max affinity with Elma, which is nice. Okay, so Lao's sitting about same as Arena. 1 and some odd.
What? Lao came back after we left?
Classic timing, huh? We told him all about how you saved the day. All he said was be sure to thank him.
Then he
Oh,
wandered
this
off again
guy.
to who knows where.
Never a dull moment with that one.
That's how it should be. Better than the alternative, anyway.
I hear you. I haven't forgotten how he was when we first got here.
What do you mean?
Lao's skills as a pathfinder are pretty special. They're going to help humanity carve out a life here on Mira. But he didn't board the White Whale because he thought he was useful.
He did it so he could get his wife and daughter on the ship. He thought his abilities would permit his family passage, but...
They didn't make it on board.
Oh.
Right. The war hit right before he would have summoned them.
Oh.
Those were some dark days for him. Lao was empty.
Poor guy.
Like his soul was just gone. I don't know what he's been doing lately, but whatever it is, it gives him purpose. It's good to see him living again.
Not that it makes getting left behind any easier.
I've told you 100 times already. If you had better skills, Lao wouldn't need to worry so much.
Yeah.
You guys really do love him, don't you?
But no one loved their leader more than Team Tatsu love Elma. No one!
True. A friend in need. You learned the Javelin Art Balance Breaker. Nice.
I see.
Now, ooh. Blade Barracks. Okay, so my question would be, what should we do? L's Conundrum. The Cluron archaeologist. Accept backup request. Let's just go grab some quests and start following them on through. However, there is one thing I really want to do. So we're gonna do this, and you're like, why would you take Elma out? Elma, our leader. Well, I'm gonna go try and watch this heart to heart that we tried watching not last time, but 2 times ago in the stream. Wow, wow. Yeah. Okay, do they need to be in... Cannot be in the active party. Please check conditions. Let's change time. No. Yeah, there we go. Oh, here we go. Expanding the effective area of the deflector shields would require optimizing our energy output by at least 8%. The only way to accomplish this is by multiplexing our energy drivers. Alright, I'll prepare a couple of design proposals. You can bring them to the mechanical team and see which they think is the most workable. Oh, hello there, Cross. Sorry about that. I was wrapped up in a conversation about technical issues with New LA's defenses, which you heard. Anyway, I didn't even notice that you were there. If I worry for her... Okay, so that's very kind of you, Cross, but you don't need to worry. I find drafting mechanical schematics to be a fine way to relax after all the combat we've seen lately. And besides, in times of need like this, we all need to contribute in whatever ways we can. I hope you too can avoid being constrained by the constant demands of Blade and can put your other talents to use now and then for the good of New LA. I agree. I'm glad you understand. If everyone used their unique talents to help everyone else out, I know we'd be able to survive our current travails. And beyond that, we'd be better positioned to build a bright future for all of us here in New LA. Then we Blades could truly say that we're building a legacy. You completed Elma's heart-to-heart, the techie. I should probably mark that down. Just give me one quick second to pull this up in Sheets. Oh. Sorry, just give me one quick second. The techie. Oh, I guess it would be on the, I guess it's not super important to track it now that I think about it. Okay, so... I said no. And our affinity quests, we can check that off. Beautiful.
Have you heard?
Have you heard?
Ooh, Irina's real nice. She's busy as all heck, but still takes time out of her schedule to give advice to fellow Blades almost every night. Alright, Roscoe, what's up, dude?
Thanks.
Ah, finally. Keen eyes, agile body, the very picture of a well-honed blade. Seems luck is with me. The circumstances were less than favorable, and yet they've brought me a singular talent. Indeed. I was told it would take time to be listed, and that finding a suitable respondent could be longer still. And yet here you stand. In any case, none of that matters now. I'll begin briefing you immediately. My name's Roscoe, and I'm a curator. I typically fill orders from the Granada Galactic Group for uranium and the like. A few days ago, we lost the signal of a freight helicopter near the Sunlit Spring in Noctilum. Unfortunately, we've also lost contact with both members of the crew. We need to mount a rescue effort as soon as possible. Tell Roscoe they've probably already been eaten by aliens. Ask Roscoe how this all happened. The cause? Impossible to say, I'm afraid. Mira is a font of inexplicable occurrences. One thing I can say with certainty, though, is that Howard and Siska despise each other. Perhaps their fighting escalated to heavy artillery. It's funny, because it's quite possible, you see. Yes, well, you seem unamused. Moving along. I ask that you travel to Noctilum and extract Howard and Siska as soon as possible. Thank you. I await word of your success. I hope you can see them both safely back home to New LA. Okay, that's pretty cool. What about this one? What's up with this heart-to-heart?
Huh?
Arena at night. Active members. There we go. Now that she's replaced, let's change the time to night. And this is because she's probably going to be giving advice to a Blade, if I were to guess.
You okay?
Oh, give me 1 sec, guys. I'm going to put this on. Be right back. Alright guys, it looks like this is going to be our very last thing that we do in this segment of the stream. I'm going to go visit with my mom. The more I hear about this scumbag, the more I want to punch him. Men like that need to get their asses kicked so they can remember their proper place. Oh, hey Cross. You spying on our girl chat? Not that I care, but I worry you might not be able to handle it. Men can be so delicate. Listen. Well, you've got pluck at least, so I'll fill you in. Let's bring this in a little bit closer. So, one of our fellow Blades has been putting moves on this girl here for a while now. But then she found out that he's been hitting on her new friends too. He's even asked me out for drinks a few times. She thought he really liked her, but it turns out he's just after every girl with a pulse. What do you think about men like that? Insult. I had a feeling you were a man of integrity. Hell, I'd actually buy you a drink. But we gotta teach these jerks we're not as stupid as they seem to think. If they're gonna act like animals, maybe it's time that we show them how interceptors deal with unruly beasts. You completed Irina's heart-to-heart man-eater. Man-eater. Beautiful. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to save it here. When I get back, we're going to tackle a whole bunch of affinity quests. And we're going to try to get some of our party members fully leveled up in terms of affinity. Alright, ladies and gentlemen.